coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, my coffee with Gino cup here, my Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of a 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. 3-in-1 coffee, very popular with Filipinos. It's a powder form. It's coffee, cream, and sugar. Put it in your cup, put hot water, and you have a nice cup of coffee. Let me just check here if I'm on. I want to make sure I'm on. I did see, oh, there's one person. So it looks like I'm on. Hey, good morning, JP. JP Kalibo, good morning. I wasn't gonna do a live stream this morning. Usually I skip a day, but the live stream yesterday was so short, so I figure why not? I'll do a, and I'm awake anyway. I'm just messing around here, answering people, answering messages, email. I emailed Brian. I emailed Brian because Brian had asked me if I could get him a SIM card. So now he has a SIM card. The SIM card is loaded in my phone, so now he could use that number. I think he needed it for shipping balikbayan boxes. They were asking him for a phone number in the Philippines. So now when he lands here, he's got a phone already. I got it just like, we're supposed to meet. He's supposed to, I think, land in Iloilo City. And then when I meet him, I can pass the SIM card to him. Gavin P. Oh, wow. Good day, Gavin P. Long time no see, man. I haven't seen you in a while, Gavin P. My good friend in Brisbane, Australia. I remember you, Gavin P. I'll never forget you because you're one of the original subscribers to our channel. When we were 4 years ago when I started the channel, when Dazzle and I started the channel, I remember your name, man. And I know how life is, keeps us busy, things. So, but I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you on the live stream, my friend. Belus, my brother in Leyte and Cebu City right now, vacationing in Cebu City. Blue sky, no rain. Same here, man. It's like perfect, like blue sky. You can actually, like if I open the door here, you can see the sunshine. Man. The sunrise here is perfect where we live because like when I open the door and the windows, it strikes me for the sunrise. Really bright in the morning. Amazing, man. It always makes me happy when it's like nice and sunny. And today's the last day of February here in the Philippines. Tomorrow is 1 March. And that usually, 1 March usually is the sign of a summer season here in the start of a summer season. Let me just go through the weather just so Numancia, Aklan, 72 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's a little cool. I wouldn't call it like chilly. I'm still wearing like a dry fit shirt here, but nice and cool this morning. It says here, times of clouds and sun with a couple of showers in the afternoon. And that happens here in the Philippines. Even during the summer months, we go through like really dry periods here, March, April, May, where man, it could go for weeks sometimes with no rain. But sometimes in the afternoon, usually around 4 or 5 p.m., you will like quick downpour and then it'll go away. It's not like torrential rain that stays or anything like that, but we're getting, this is the summer season here in the Philippines. Set a timer for 1 hour. Don't burn yourself out. No worries. I'm all right, JP. The only reason I had to cut it yesterday was I had an appointment. Belus, it's perfect morning. Chill temp, perfect. I know, man. It's like the month of February. If one thing, we did get rain in February. this past month, but it's been nice. Barely used the AC this month. It's like we didn't use it again last night. It's like I can't even remember when we used the air conditioning. It's been so nice where you can just open your window, put the screen, and it's cool enough. It's cool enough for that. So that's the weather for Numancia, our area. Pag-asa is the weather government agency here for weather. It says here for Davao, Surigao, Agusan, South Cotabato, Batanes, Babuyan Islands, Metro Manila, and the rest of the country. Today, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. So, easterlies, it says here, still causing rain, because it's the winds from the Pacific Ocean, and then the northeast monsoon. That's the amihan season. So it depends pretty much anywhere you live in the Philippines. Again, you can see rain, but it's not like nothing heavy rain or anything like that. Michael C, hey, good morning, bro. We have super hot weather here. Luckily, we are super close to Tagaytay to get cool. I know. It's that time of the year, man. I think this is it. I think hopefully this is summer. Hopefully no more of that rain. Time to get out there and do things. I know JP's excited now that we're getting more warm weather. I'm sure he's riding around on Blue Arrow and enjoying the good weather. All right. The peso, the dollar to peso exchange rate, it came up a little bit. It had gone down to it's now 57.64. I saw an article, real quick article, January and February. The peso, Philippine peso, has performed well against the dollar the first 2 months of the year, but it's still a high exchange rate. For 57. If you told me a couple of years ago that the exchange rate would be like 57, I'll be happy with that, because back then it was like 54, 55. So it's still a good exchange rate. All right. I do have some news articles, and I started collecting different news articles to report when I see it on my Facebook. People send them to me sometimes. Hey, Gino, check this out. Check out this article. So I will share some of the things that I've been seeing in the news here in the Philippines. I also have a couple of topics I can discuss. I usually try to have a topic to discuss also. The first thing on the news that caught my eye, it says the United States to invest another $144 million in Filipino military sites. So this investment, this is in addition to all the last few years here. There's been 9 bases here, Philippine bases. They're not American bases. No longer any American bases here in the Philippines. It's all Filipino bases. But the Filipino bases, they're being used by Americans. You got American soldiers being deployed to them, temporary duty deployed to them, Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army, you name it. They're here in the Philippines. And of course, when Americans, when they go to places like these are Philippine bases, a lot of those bases, they're not up to American standards, especially like the flight line. It's like we have multi-million-dollar aircraft, the United States Air Force. So we make sure that the runways are gentle to those multi-million-dollar airplanes, that they're not rough on them or damaged equipment. So they've been pouring money here in the Philippines, millions of dollars on those military bases. Now Washington pledged another 144 million. And these aren't loans. These aren't loans. We used to be when China was here, they would assist the Philippines, but it was always loans. With Americans, these are gifts. These are like they don't mind. Americans do not mind spending money on the military bases, the Philippine military bases, because Americans are using it. You know, it's like not just the flight line, the dormitory, the dining facility, you know, things like that. All right, Belus, after that rainy season, I will take the heat. Thank you, Lord. I know, right? I got 57.4 yesterday. That is awesome. It is. For me, you know, after, you know, months, right? Months of rain, man. It's just so nice to have sunny weather. And then we're going to have it for at least the next 3 to 4 months here. Good morning, Kuya Gino. Hey, Jokano. Nice to have another live stream to do my exercise. Hey, all right. I'm happy. You can listen to the live stream while you're doing your exercise. It's been strangely warm winter for us with little snow. Was in the 50s with a cold wind walking the dogs today. Oh, that's pretty nice. 50s, I remember. That's not, you know, when you're in the US, 50s, when you're used to like cold weather, 50s is not bad. Not bad at all. Good morning, Kuya Gino. All right. Hi, JP and Belus. My iPad is freezing up, so I'm also on. No worries, Joe Cano. And that pledge, the 144 additional, that's just part of the EDCA. EDCA, you hear that a lot here in the Philippines. Maybe not so in the US, but here in the Philippines, EDCA is the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement between the United States and the Philippines. And it's expanding. It's expanding as the years go by. More and more equipment, military people, the more bases are getting added, right? You know, they started with only a couple of bases. Now they're up to 9. They're actually, I'm pretty sure they're considering to add more. They're just really upgrading the military defense of the Philippines. And it's not just the Philippines. That was another thing. I'll discuss, because I found another article regarding military defense here in Southeast Asia. So I'm gonna delete that. That way I don't report it again. I'll make a folder, a live stream folder where I have these articles. The next one that since I was talking military wise here, I'll talk a little bit about Japan, because Japan also very important. There's like I would say 4 countries here in this Southeast Asia that are crucial to like keeping peace, keeping deterrence. It's Taiwan, of course. You know, I don't know if everybody knows this, but you know, China's been wanting to take Taiwan for the longest time. So Japan is integral to the defense of Taiwan, South Korea, the Philippines, and the United States, of course, and then Australia, other countries that support. But that main, because where China is, Taiwan, the Philippines, that's the area that's kind of blocking them from going to like the Pacific Ocean, prevents them from going to the Pacific Ocean by deterrence, that area. So Japan, they have set a timeline to deploy missiles near Taiwan. Not Japan's on this. They've been going through this major upgrade of their military. I mean, there's still American bases in Japan. I was stationed at Misawa Air Base in Japan, but Japan has shifted now to where after World War II, the Americans kind of controlled Japan with the military bases, and we kind of like did not want Japan to build another superpower military, you know, because, you know, they were our enemies back in World War II. So we limited what how many forces they can have, what kind of military equipment. That has now shifted. Japan is one of the allies, main allies of the United States. So Japan is really building aircraft, ships, you name it, and missile defense is a big part of it. Of course, Japan has their own missile defense in Japan, but now they're going to be deploying more missiles near Taiwan because Japan is also close to Taiwan, islands that they own that's near Taiwan. That area from Japan, Taiwan, Philippines, South, all that area is just going to be heavily fortified this next few years. It's a deterrent. It's a deterrent. So that way, China doesn't think of doing anything crazy, like invading Taiwan that can cause serious conflict in this area of the world. All right, let me go back here because Belarus. All right, there it is. Doug, hey Doug. Speaking of heat, how about Arizona? Last 2 days, 90 plus. All right, Doug. That's not bad for Arizona, right? 90s is not. I remember when I was in Arizona, you get 110, 115, 120, Not bad. 90s is not bad in Arizona. Dry heat. It's dry heat in Arizona. JP Calibo, hello Belus. Joe Cano, Michael C. All right. Peanut Butter Travels, hello Peanut Butter Travels. Ted Ball, good morning AM, Gino and all from Ted. All right. More money comes here, the better I feel about living here. Japan warms my heart, special with all the oil and gas discoveries. Philippines going to thrive more than they know. I think so, man. That what Belus is talking about in Palawan, they just discovered like more natural gas, not natural gas, and they're thinking in like that worth in the trillions of dollars, the amount that they found. So it's gonna, like Belus is saying, in the future, if it's done right, hopefully there's American companies, hopefully that will assist the Philippines in like harvesting that newfound natural gas in Palawan. Joe Cano, my son-in-law, mentioned how they left a lot of their supplies and military equipment behind after they were in the Philippines for joint maneuvers. They also did a lot of work expanding the base. Oh yes, that's been happening now, Joe. It's not just this year. It's been happening the past few years, especially right after COVID when they started the Balikatan They've had the Balikatan exercises, shoulder-to-shoulder exercise with the Americans here over 20 years. But the last few years, especially after COVID and, the presence of China in the West Philippine Sea, the bullying, the ramming ships, the water cannon, the Philippines has really gotten more closer to the Americans. And the Americans, of course, love it because every time they have military exercises in the Philippines, they bring in a ton of military equipment, missiles, cruise missiles even, to the Philippines. And when they bring them to the Philippines, they never leave. They never leave. It's just like every year, the past few years of the exercises, every time the Americans come here, it seems like they bring more and they just leave it here. And of course, China's not happy about that because there's now a lot of cruise missiles in the Philippines aimed at mainland China. We can hit them. From the Philippines, these cruise missiles can hit China. So I'm sure they're not happy about that. But I'm glad that they're here. And I'm glad that we're adding to it because, and the Philippines itself is arming. The Philippines, with the help of Japan, Australia, South Korea, the Philippines is like heavy into like arming right now. If I was a young man here in the Philippines, a college graduate or right around 18 or 19, I would be joining the Philippine Navy right now because, man, the Philippine Navy is getting brand new ships from all. They're building. The Philippine government itself is spending money on upgrading the Philippine Navy, the Philippine Coast Guard. It's an exciting time. If you're a young man, I'll be like here in the Philippines, I would be joining the Philippine Navy, the Philippine Coast Guard. I would be excited to do that, but hopefully we get more and more young people here in the Philippines interested in joining the military. Joe Cano, hey Ted, all right. Hi Joe, the word. Belus, morning JP, Joe, Michael, and Ted. Wouldn't surprise me if there are more US bases than we know about here. Yeah, but like I said, I'm always careful to say this, Ted. It's not US bases because it's Philippine bases that the United States military are allowed to use. Filipinos are sensitive. I know there's some Filipinos that are sensitive to that because they don't want the U.S. military bases like it was before, like Subic Bay, Clark Air Base, because they think that when the United States used to have military bases here, they influence the politics here. That's why it's all works on the EDCA, the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. Good morning, Belus. Good morning, Belus. The word, I can't write. You can't write. I'm sorry to hear that, the word. Rance, good morning to all. Hey, Rance, good morning. Is hi. Captain Ron is hi in Japanese. All right. All right. The word. Joe Cano. Yes, my son-in-law was there 3 years ago. Yeah, it's been happening. It's been happening. Like I said, Joe, the Balikatan exercises, they were happening in the early 2000s, maybe even sooner. So the past 20, 25 years, we've been having Balikatan exercises here. But I think I noticed just right after COVID, I think after COVID, we really saw that China was a threat. China was a threat. They were doing more things in the West Philippine Sea, building structures on reefs that they weren't supposed to even be building. Artificial land, building artificial land near the Philippines. So that's when we realized that they're really a threat here in this area. That's why the EDCA is increasing. The things that are allowed here now for the Americans is more and more every year, just increasing the number of troops, American troops increasing here. They're not permanent party again. All the American troops in the Philippines, they're just visiting. They're temporary duty. There's not a single American soldier here assigned permanently to the Philippines. They come here. It's a typical deployment in the military. 6 months is a typical, in the Air Force anyway. I know when I was in the United States Air, a 6-month temporary duty, that's normal. You go to a base, 6 months, you help that base out, then you leave, you rotate. And that's what's happening here in the Philippines. They rotate troops here. Filipino for you guys. All right. Gina Ramos said, hi. Hello, Gina. The more air power, the better. And Navy. It's pretty massive. Lot of civilian jobs too coming up on all these places. Exactly, right? Belus, I was just gonna bring that up, because like an example, the United States Marine Corps is gonna have a facility that they will be allowed to use at Subic Bay for their munitions. That the Marines, man, they need a lot of munitions. It's like Marines, they like to blow stuff up. They like to blow stuff up. And they need a lot of ammunition. So they're gonna have an ammunition facility at Subic, the old naval base in Olongapo City. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be employing Filipinos in those munition shop, any facility, building the facility itself. I'm sure, Americans are not like the Chinese. When the Chinese were here in the Philippines, saying that they were helping the Philippines build roads, bridges, the Chinese would bring in Chinese to build it. They weren't employing Filipinos. And then when they were building it, it was loans. We owe them money for like work that they're doing here. So a lot better, I think, a lot better with the Americans, because with the Americans, it's grants and pledges, it's donations. It's not like you owe us money, pay us back. Americans are just happy that they have the Philippines is part of the defense in this area. It's like that they can store a lot of military equipment here in the Philippines. Be ready if something does happen. The ammunition, the aircraft, you name it, it's already here. You don't have to like travel from the West Coast or Hawaii to make it here to this area. It's already heavily defended here. Cebu is growing and not slowing. And I've noticed that too, Belus. I've noticed that even here in Calibo, man, even in Boracay, I just see a lot of building. I see a lot of construction going on. The projects here in the Philippines, right? They're building bridges, they're building airports, they're building highways, trains. I mean, it's like all going on at the same time. You keep hearing that, the Philippines got horrible infrastructure. Maybe, it's like maybe, but it's not like they're not doing anything about it, right? For me, as long as they're trying, I mean, here in Aklan province alone, they're gonna build the bridge from Iloilo to Guimaras, and then Guimaras to Bacolod. There's talk of that constructing a highway from Iloilo to Caticlan. So there's construction going here for infrastructure. So it's not just like people are always saying, maybe we are behind compared to Thailand, compared to other countries in Southeast Asia, but at least they're doing something about it. They're pretty soon, 2028, we're gonna have like the airport in Manila, the new Manila International Airport in Bulacan in 2 years when it opens. It's gonna rival Changi Airport in Singapore, even higher, more capability of people traveling through it. So good things are coming the Philippines' ways. Jokano. He said that it was the largest deployment of U.S. troops for those exercises, a massive buildup of the bases due to China and their threats to Taiwan, Japan. Oh yes, and then like I mentioned, Joe, it's not just the Philippines. Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and Taiwan. Massive military buildup. I mean, they're China's threatening, to take over, to cross that water and invade Taiwan, and the United States is basically saying, not gonna happen. Kumusta, Lowell from Oregon? God bless. Mabuti ako, Lowell. God bless, my brother. FYI, we felt a few earthquakes. Ooh, wow, earthquake. Wonder if any others nearby felt them. Not too big though. Heard them more than I felt them. Windows rattle. Oh, I haven't seen on the news. Ted, regarding Bohol as far as earthquake. I went to the news this morning. No reports of earthquakes anywhere. Maybe they're just delayed. You know how the news can be delayed here. Maybe later on I'll see on the news that they had the earthquakes. Morning, JP. God bless from Lowell. Ted. Last night they struck. Yeah, maybe because it struck last night. Maybe they haven't reported it early yet. Hope you're having a good day, Lowell. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Bill Meyer. Prayers, Bill Meyer. Good morning, Philippines from Juan. Hey, from Bill Meyer. China would fish your waters clean. Then what would you eat? Yeah. You know, they've been doing that for, you know, they always try to, China always kind of push the limit, you know, because our territorial waters, the waters right next to the Philippines, they'll try to fish it. I mean, it's not the only place they do it, right? I'm sure they do it everywhere. Belus, Ted, nothing in Cebu. Maybe I was so chill. I slept through it. Yeah, I was knocked out last night. I wasn't feeling anything. Yeah. No earthquakes though. No earthquakes here in Panay Island. Hey Lawrence, my brother. Good morning, Lawrence. Good AM from Greenbelt, Makati. Today is Saturday, so we're visiting Greenbelt. All right. Have fun, my friend. Yes, they do it all around the world. Yeah, that's what it's like. It's not just like we're like they're picking just on us. You know, they pick it on. You know, China always kind of pushes the limit, right? Pushes the limit on what areas they can fish. One, the name who created the Panay is on his way. That's true. I got a message from Daniel, actually. He's so busy now, so probably that's why he's not on the live stream. He told me, I fly out on Monday, 2nd of March, arrive in Tokyo on the 3rd, then Cebu on the 15th. So that's Daniel's schedule. He'll be in Tokyo on the 3rd, and then spend 2 weeks in Tokyo. He had a last minute kind of like I think an old friend of his was gonna buy his Forerunner, and she decided like 3 days before she was buying it that she wasn't buying it. So it was like a mad dash for Daniel to sell his Forerunner, but he found a buyer. I told him, I told Daniel that all things happen for a reason. Maybe this was in preparation for the Philippines. Things happen. Right? Things happen. Maybe this is like once he gets here, it's a good trial run in the Philippines. Where when you come here, when you're trying to do things here in the Philippines, sometimes things happen, and you just gotta roll with the punches. But 2 days in a wake up. 2 days in a wake up for Daniel. The word, I love pancit. All right, pancit, man. Bill Meyer, they have so many people to feed. One, Daniel is blessed that he immediately got him. I know, right? I was like, man, it's like less than a week before you leave the United States, and you're like, your buyer that you were counting on cancels on you, then all of a sudden you're still able to sell. Definite blessing. And I told Daniel, that's just life does that, right? Life throws us a curve sometimes, and you just gotta roll. You gotta roll with the punches. Now he's on his way to the Philippines. And all right, let me see here. I do have a couple of topics I can discuss. One, let me see, medical care, since that's what I've been busy. This past week getting my medical checkups, ENT doctor, blood work, just getting everything, make sure everything's okay. And everything's okay. I'm healthy. No more ear infection. I don't have an ear infection. All my ears are clear of infection, but I'm still not hearing things well. Maybe it's just old age. I don't know. I don't know. But my hearing now is not the best. But hey, it's part of life, man. Like I said, you gotta roll with the punches. You gotta roll with the punches. But so far, everything, all my checks, all my medical checks this week have been good. Life is what you make it. I agree. I agree with the word. I agree. Belus, next month it was massive for us in our farms. I personally think the Philippines, I'm excited to roll out. All right, I remember. It's still a secret, man. I haven't divulged the secret, man. I know you mentioned it to me once, man, and I'm pretty good at not divulging secrets, Belus. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you, brother. I can't wait. I can't wait till you divulge the secret. The secret, man. Medical care. All right. I just wanted to discuss medical care. Maybe I'm going to discuss the medical care here specifically for me here in Calibo, Aklan. That way, in case in the province is similar, different provinces, a little different in the city, like Iloilo City. But this is the medical here in Calibo, Aklan. For me, again, it depends where you live, of course, when you come to the Philippines, how your medical care would be. But for me here in Calibo, I'm insured with TRICARE. TRICARE is my medical insurance. It's a United States military insurance in the United States that I can use here in the Philippines. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I have medical coverage here. It's allowed me to retire here in the Philippines at 45. I could not have retired here without medical care. You know, medical care is important, and it's getting more important as I get older. And I'm realizing that, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I have medical coverage here in the Philippines. With TRICARE, there's two facilities here in Calibo: Asia Pacific Medical Center and Panay Hospital. The two facilities, it's called their certified TRICARE facility. When it's a certified TRICARE facility, I have to pay upfront. I have to pay 100%. However, how much cost my medical care is, I pay cash. I get all my receipts, and then I file with TRICARE, with my insurance in the United States, online. I do all the filing online, no mailing of anything. I picture, scan, send all the documents online. Very easy. There's a TRICARE portal where I report it. And usually within 30 days, I get my reimbursement, my 75% reimbursement. So 25% is my copay. So the 75% reimbursement, it gets deposited into my U.S. bank account, direct deposit. So I don't even, it's like, it's really efficient, very efficient. And I've helped people, if people want help with TRICARE, they can contact me. I'll assist them on how to use it, because it can get confusing with TRICARE medical insurance, because here in the Philippines, there's two types of facilities. One is a TRICARE preferred, and the other one is TRICARE certified. With TRICARE preferred, the hospital itself files the paperwork. All you do, pay your 25% at the cashier. They file all the paperwork, your TRICARE. Medical City Iloilo is like that in Iloilo City, my hospital that I go to in Iloilo City. But here in Calibo, I do not have a preferred facility, so I use what I can, right? I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that at least I have something, a medical insurance here. And for our medical insurance here, for Dazzle and I, we belong to a TRICARE Select Overseas, and our payment, our premium is around $400 a year for Dazzle and I. Pretty good, $400 a year, man. 12 months, not bad for $400 is what costs Dazzle and the family plan. Morning, Fortune. Fortune's here. I didn't even see Fortune. Right there. Okay. Man, they just skipped through. My bad. All right, right there. Vaughn. That's awesome, Belize. Having these highs in life keep you young. Good day, Em. I almost missed you. I'm glad I saw that comment, Fortune. My brother in Bacoor, Cavite. Good morning, Fortune, Jukanu, Belus. Yes, Gino, we are still have slight flu symptoms. Cebu is my choice for medical, doctors, and technology. I always have a cash cushion. Happy you clear. Yeah, I'm just happy that there's no more infection. No more. The ear infection was I was having a hard time with the ear infection, but at least I don't have that anymore. How's life going, Fortune from Captain Ron? My life is now fortunate because Fortune is here. Good AM, GP Blues, Michael C. Good AM, Rance, Captain Ron, Bill. Joe must be the annual balikatan. Annual balikatan, yeah. Shoulder to shoulder, balikatan. Yeah, balikat. That's what it means. Shoulder to shoulder exercise. So now I'm going to talk about how do appointments work here, because that's a different thing where, in the US, usually you schedule an appointment, you get an appointment and they'll say 9 o'clock appointment on Monday. You show up 9 o'clock on Monday, you're the only one there, right? It's your appointment. Here in the Philippines, in the province anyway, in the Calibo, appointments here work a little different. And it's even different between Asia Pacific Medical Center and Panay Hospital. They even have two different process. Like for Panay Hospital, I go there because I have I found a good ENT doctor at Panay Hospital. So I've got a good rapport with him. He's a good guy. I like him. He's got all the video thing. He went, when he looks at my ear, I can see it on the big screen. It's like, I like him. I've been seeing him for a few years now. So with him, with my doctor, my ENT doctor, what I do is I cannot schedule the way they do their appointments with him at Panay Hospital. It's first come, first serve. Basically, there's the secretary usually shows up at 9, but before 9 a.m., the security guard at the door, he's the one that's there's a form, there's a piece of paper basically. I show him my ID, and I usually do it after I drop Leanna from school. So I'm there at 7:15, and he would take my name down, the doctor that I'm gonna see, and he's gonna put a time in there, when I signed up for the appointment. So I usually get 7:15, and then he'll ask me if I had COVID shot, if I had a fever, you fill it out and then you sign your name, and then he gives you the paper, and then I take the paper to the ENT department, and the ENT department has a box where you put your paper in there. So basically what happens when at 9 a.m. when the secretary comes in, because the doctor's not scheduled till 11. So I'm already there 7:15, I drop that paper off, I go home. And I normally know I'll be back at 11. So that box, when the secretary comes in at 9 a.m., she opens the box, and she's got different times when people signed up for the doctor at 11. So it's by time, I'm always number one, because I guess I'm the only crazy enough guy that would go show up there at 7 and the doctor don't even come there at 11. So pretty much every time I do the appointment, I'm there the number one to see the doctor. And I like it. I like that way because the appointments for the day, they stack up quick. It's by the time I show up there at 11, and we're waiting for the doctor, right? We're all waiting at the doctor. Man, there's 20, 25 people in there. It's it gets pretty crowded. And then a lot of times at 11, that's the scheduled appointment, right? Where the doctor shows up. He's never showed up at 11. The earliest I've seen him show up is 11:30, sometimes 12. And then on this appointment, he didn't show up till 1. So I was there, Dazzle came with me, I was there at 11. So I still had to wait 2 hours till till 1 to when he shows up. But the good thing, because I signed up at 7:15, I'm the first patient. I didn't have to wait on others. I was the first patient to see him. And like I said, I have a good rapport with him. I do not mind. It's like I'm used to the way things are here. So, and I know that could be aggravating for some people. I know that could, especially like if you're like a first time visit to the Panay Hospital, right? And you don't know how that system works, how they do that system. People will just tell you, oh yeah, the ENT doctor, his clinic don't show up, his clinic don't start till 11. So if you're the new guy that don't know the process, you'll probably show up there like at 10:30, right? Because you're thinking, well, the doctor don't show up till 11, so I'll show up a little early and put my name on the list, fill out that form. But by the time you fill up that form, you could be like number 25. You could be number 25. So imagine when the doctor, you're there at 11, you're waiting. The doctor shows up at 1 and starts seeing all these patients ahead of you. You might be there till like, the doctor might not see you till like 4. So you could have been there like at 10:30 to 4, just waiting there. And they don't have the most comfortable chairs. They got those, hospitals. One thing I noticed, hospitals and airports in the Philippines, man, they like having those metal, I don't know if you've seen those metal chairs with no padding of any kind. I don't know who created this metal torture benches or whatever, or chairs, man. They're horrible. I always try to bring, like, if I know I'm gonna wait, I always bring my camping chair. Yeah, you can always bring your camping chair. Put it on your shoulder. They usually have a strap. Bring your camping chair, because at least those are comfortable, right? You can at least sit comfortable. All right, let me go through this so that way I don't get too behind. I don't want to miss anybody. Gino, is the dog virus, and you know what, Captain Ron? This airborne thing, the parvo airborne virus for dogs, this is the first one I've heard that went airborne, But the parvo virus, like here in the Philippines, I don't think it ever goes away, But, you can imagine, Captain Ron, so many stray dogs here, right? I always hear it. Like, I always see on my Facebook people, like, their dog died or the parvo, it's like, I don't think it's a virus. I don't think they ever like stop it completely. The main thing is like, make sure your dog has all the shots. And then for us, we keep our, even Totoy, I try to keep Totoy away from other dogs. I don't let Totoy play with other dogs. Even here, even though the dogs are leash, I just don't. You just never know if other dogs have diseases, right? Totoy don't like to play with other dogs anyway. I just walk her around the neighborhood here. And Kal-El is still too young. Kal-El doesn't even have all the shots completed yet. Next shot is like March the 10th. I'm hoping that's the last set of shots for Kal-El. All good, Captron. Just home. Maybe SM Mall at 10 for some quick buys. Then dinner tonight with my side. Got to see my augmentarian oldies. all right. Fortune. I know you went to that bonfire, right? They had UP won the championship for soccer. That's a big thing, man, here in the Philippines. Like the universities, they won the championship, and they had a bonfire. I remember Fortune telling me about the bonfire. LOL. Joe Cano, he enjoyed the 3 months in the Philippines during his deployment. Because of the China issue when they were deployed, it was indefinite because of how volatile the situation. He felt at home. Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm sure he had a great time, Most of the people that they get deployed to the Philippines, especially if it's their first time in the Philippines, it's like, I'm sure it's like eye-opening for them, to be deployed here in the Philippines. Great experience, As a young man, I remember when I first joined the Air Force, every time I deployed anywhere, it's just amazing because you're like seeing so many things, new things and new things around the world. Good morning, Brother Gino. Good morning, Michael and my brother in Northern California. Most of his neighbors in Hawaii are Filipinos or Filipino. Oh yeah, a lot of those, Joe. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know. A lot of Filipinos in Hawaii. They went to Hawaii. They came. The two groups that were Ilocanos, Northern Luzon, and Cebuanos, and those were the people that migrated to Hawaii. Back many years ago to work the pineapple fields, to work the farms, because Filipinos are good farmers, man. So that's what the migration was to Hawaii. Also, the migration to California. You look like SpongeBob. Oh, because SpongeBob right there, SpongeBob, man, right there, SpongeBob. Fortune, who's the octogenarian oldies? Octogenarian. I'm sure it's Fortune's like a family side. Mr. Fortune Belus, yes, early and sign in smart. Bring phone for games. Could be 2 hours. Could be all day. Right? Yeah. For me, because I knew I was there early, I'm good with my phone. But some appointment, and I'm going to discuss that next. That's just how it works at Panay Hospital. That's just how. That's the routine at Panay Hospital. I have a ENT doctor there, and I've also used their pulmonary doctor there at one time, for another issue. But that's how they work their appointments at Panay Hospital. Now at Asia Pacific Medical Center, it's another story. It's another. They do not have that process where first come first serve at the Asia Pacific Medical Center. At Asia Pacific Medical Center, my oncologist is there, my endocrinologist, my kidney doctor. So you can tell, man, I must be falling apart, man. I got a specialist for every part of my body now, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. But like at Asia Pacific Medical Center, when I go to Asia Pacific Medical Center, my oncologist is the main person that I see there. Dr. Palik, actually, he only does 1-day clinic at Asia Pacific Medical. He's actually my doctor at Medical City Iloilo. He was the one in charge of my chemo treatments when I had to go through chemo treatments, 12 chemo treatments in 2023. But he comes all the way from Iloilo City. He comes to Asia Pacific in Calibo every Friday or Saturday. He kind of rotates it. They also, not only a clinic, he does a clinic at Asia Pacific Medical Center, but chemo treatments too. So very busy. He's very busy when he comes to Calibo. He's got an area at Asia Pacific Medical Center where chemo treatments, they'll start the chemo treatments. Usually he gets there around 10 a.m. At Asia Pacific, and he's the one that's got assigned. So all the patients that will have chemo treatments that day at Asia Pacific, they're just ready to go, but they can't start it without him. He's the doc that has to sign, has to like authorize the chemo meds. But for the appointments, so basically they're all lined up. They'll, a group of people always get chemo treatment when he gets there. Then he starts his clinic. After he does the chemo. He starts his clinic at 11 at Asia Pacific Medical Center. Again, they do not have the procedure at Asia Pacific where I can show up early, get my name early, that way I'm the first patient. Don't work like that. Because he's only there once a week. Basically, you just text message the secretary, hey, I need to see Dr. Palik this week, or in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I got to see Dr. Palik. And you just get put on a list. And because Dr. Palik only comes to Asia Pacific Medical Center once a week, man, that list is long, man. That list is like sometimes 80 people, sometimes 100 people on that day that he shows up. So if you can imagine, when he starts clinic at 11, he does that chemo people at 10, 11 he starts the clinic. From 11 to, man, sometimes it reaches him till nighttime to get through. But one thing about Dr. Palik, man, he will go through every single patient because he knows, we're all waiting for him. We all, he's that crucial because he's a good doctor, man. It's like he actually travels to he's part of a like, what is that? A study, like experimental medicine, he goes abroad, he goes to Europe, he goes to Southeast. He's part, he's pretty, and he's smart guy. You can tell it's very smart guy. But with the appointments, it just depends. Like I could be number 30 or 40 on the list, and it's a long wait. If he starts seeing at 11, I have gone there before where he starts seeing people at 11. He didn't see me till 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I know that, right? So all I do is like, I bring my laptop. Sometimes I'll bring my GoPro. I've done live streams even at Asia Pacific. If you've watched the live streams before, I would do live streams. I'll find a corner there where I don't see any patients and I'll just do a live stream. So I keep myself busy because I know it's going to be a long wait. And that's what comes with me that way. If I'm doing a live stream or I'm editing, she's sitting right there, keeping an eye for my name, or keeping her ear on for my name to get called, because you don't want to miss it, right? If they call you and then you miss your turn, it's like that would be horrible. But those are the two ways I can get seen. It's never really having a set appointment date where I show up and I'm the only patient. It's always in each hospital. I've learned now operates a little different, like the two hospitals I go here, even Medical City Iloilo, when I go there to Iloilo City, they have a slightly different procedure too. So my suggestion is, if you go to an area, research it. The hospitals are very important. I know most people, when they come to the Philippines, that's the last thing they check, right? Nobody, oh, I'm healthy, ain't got nothing wrong with me, I'm going to the Philippines. But, make sure that, you live close enough to a good facility, I know many people go remote province, go to the province here, they Google it, oh, there's a hospital, I'm good. But, not all hospitals here in the province, especially in the province, are created equal. There's the small municipalities here in Aklan province alone. If you go to Malay, Ibahay, it might say they have a hospital, but it's not much of a hospital. The main hospital for whole Aklan province, for the 17 towns or municipalities, is in Calibo, the best hospital. Even for people in Capiz, Rojas City, right? You say, ooh, Rojas City. They got patients from Rojas City coming to Calibo, to Asia Pacific Medical Center, because I don't think they have an Asia Pacific Medical Center in Rojas City yet. So they actually, for me anyway, they have a better hospital here in Calibo than in Rojas City. A lot of people in Rojas City actually go to Iloilo City or Calibo. I know this because Ron Navy, his girlfriend's mother at one time needed an MRI. And I was surprised. They did not have an MRI machine in Rojas City. You wouldn't think, right? Rojas City, city. She had to go to Iloilo City to get an MRI. So that's the thing. You got to research those kind of things, How advanced is the hospital that you plan on using when you pick your area here in the Philippines. Fortune, Captain Ron, my parents, Captain Ron. JP, what are you doing in your new life there? Oh yeah, update us. I haven't seen JP lately, but I understand, man. JP's got a girlfriend, So would you spend more time with me than the girlfriend? Enjoy, JP. Good AM. The last time I saw JP was when we went fishing. Good AM, Michael M. Young Fresh, hey, Young Fresh, from New York. All right, man, good to see you on the live stream. Thanks for the education on the Filipinos in Hawaii. I was just there for my birthday in Oahu, and there were so many Filipino drivers there and nurses. Yeah, I mean, and it's integrated. Actually, my good friend Lawrence told me a good story. He's from Hawaii. You know, now he's here in the Philippines. Lived many years in Hawaii, and he told me the Filipinos were kind of like instrumental in like bringing that aloha. You know, the aloha spirit. The aloha spirit. You know, was kind of going away at one time. He mentioned to me because you know. There were friction between like the locals and all the haoles, you know, coming into Hawaii, you know, like the tourists making a mess in Hawaii. So, but you know, with the influx of all the Filipinos in Hawaii, it kind of helped with that aloha spirit, you know, because Filipinos are naturally friendly. You know, it's like I do not think you can find, you know, better people than Filipinos to be naturally friendly. And it comes natural to us. It comes natural to me being hospitable. If I have a guest, if I have somebody coming to Kalibo, come to Boracay, it comes natural for me to like pick people up in the airport, take them here. Hey, what do you want to do? You know, it comes natural for me. I know that doesn't come natural for other people, you know, but for Filipinos, I know very natural for Filipinos to be hospitable. It's just the way we were raised. You know, my mom, you know, my relatives. That's just how we were raised. When you visit people, or when I go on vacation, I buy pasalubong to the people. When I come home, I have pasalubong for people. If I go from here, I'm gonna visit a friend somewhere, I'm bringing pasalubong here that I have here. Pasalubong are like products in your area. Like here in Aklan, we have certain products that I know if I visit a friend in Manila, they don't have. So I would be bringing products from our area and show up to that person. Hey, bringing this from our province. That's just, it comes natural for Filipinos. Or when we vacation, we're buying souvenirs, we're buying gifts for people. Ruben, hey, my brother, my Hawaiian brother in Kalibo, man. Good morning, peeps. Have a wonderful Sunday, right, Ruben? Sunny, man. Look at this sun, man. It is so bright, man. That sun is so bright. Yeah. I don't want to show you outside because I don't want to lose you guys. I did that before, and then I lose connection. You know, I lose connection. So I'm sticking right here. That way I don't lose the connection. Hey, Ruben, how is life? Oh, life is great for Ruben. I just had lunch with Ruben. I had lunch with Ruben, Dazzle and I, Ruben, our friends Joel and Eileen from Arizona. A couple of days ago, we were at the Cafe Argon. Ruben had he had a kani mango salad, you know, nice salad. I got to taste it. Ruben shared a little bit of his garden salad, and he had the nasi goreng. Nasi goreng is like a Malaysian dish with shrimp and squid and rice. Nice dish. Me, I had, what did I have? Oh, I had fish and chips. Beer batter, fish and chips is what I had. It was great seeing Ruben, and Ruben's riding around in his Honda Click, man. Ruben's got a nice motor scooter, a Honda Click. So he's riding around. I think he took a trip to New Washington already. Ruben's new to motorcycles, so he's taking it easy, kind of like one of his goals, he said, is like one of these days he'll take his scooter all the way here to Numancia, and we'll sit by the 7-Eleven. We'll sit by the 7-Eleven here. Taking it slow. Ruben's taking it slow. Belus, yeah, my doc. Equinologist is my main doc. He does it all, from CT scans to all measurements, and not a pill pusher. Yeah, I don't take any prescription medication, man. Imagine all the stuff that they keep testing me and all that. I do not take a single prescription medication. He did give me this new thing. I have to take this, but this is not prescription. This is like over the counter. It's a vitamins, basically. It even says there, neuropathy vitamins tablet. I'm supposed to take this like once a day. It's supposed to be because I had radiation treatments on my necks. So when I had the radiation treatment on my neck, it damaged some of my nerves. That's why sometimes even on my voice, you can tell I have dry mouth, and I also like some words I can't speak correctly anymore. My tongue even because I have nerve damage all over my neck from the radiation. So this is supposed to help me like vitamins, neuropathy to like hopefully help my nerves. They even have pictures of like little nerves right there, like little nerves. Hopefully it'll fire my nerves, my nerves from help it fire better. But I do not take a single prescription medication. They're not pill pushers here. They're not pill pushers here in the Philippines. Respect what I'm doing with all my protocols. Sorry. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I got that, man. I got the SARS soup. The SARS soup is like guyabano leaves, and I have a SARS soup gummy. I have SARS soup powder. They're herbal. They're herbal, right? So when I tell my doctors, Doc, I'm doing this herbal thing. I'm doing SARS soup. They're not going to discourage you. They said, well, as long as it's not hurting your kidneys, and I track my kidneys really well with my creatinine level, and it's not affecting my kidneys. Go for it, eat all, drink all the tea leaves or whatever, to help you, all natural medication. Go for it. They don't discourage you here. That's why I love doctors here. They do, man. That's one thing. That's why I like my ENT doctor, because when we sit down and he treats me, we also update each other on what's going on in our lives. He knows about my YouTube. I know that he's got kids. It's like Dr. Palik, same way. Hey, how's Dazzle doing? Imagine that. He sees hundreds and hundreds of people, and I'm in an appointment, and he remembers Dazzle's name. To me, that matters to me. I like that how, I worked in hospitals before. Most of my life, 27 years I work in hospitals, and sometimes doctor forget your name. Sometimes doctor forget your name, and you work with them. And they're not sure about your name sometimes. Like and subscribe from Fortune. Good morning. Hey, Ramil. My Palawan, headed to Palawan, right? Good morning, Gino and all. Belus. Endocrinologist. Yeah, that's what I have too. I have my endocrinologist actually is a female endocrinologist at Asia Pacific Medical Center. Really nice lady too. Really nice lady. Football is third most popular team sport here. 1 basketball, 2 volleyball, but we don't have really a pedigree in volleyball. That makes football second for UP in terms of plus a championship is a championship. I don't care what kind of sport it is, right, Fortune? When your alma mater, when you're like a school wins the championship, hey, a championship is a championship. It all counts, man. That's our 20th UAAP title. Yeah, see, you're 20th UAAP. Oh, that's good. Not many. You're only losing 3 players. Okay. It can easily replace 3 players, man. And they already have the championship pedigree for next year. The new season will start in September. Wow, that's soon. Man. Well, at least 6 months, about 6 months. Ruben, life is good. Clear blue sky to boot too. I know, right, Ruben? Man, Ruben be like riding around on his Honda Click somewhere in Calibo, man. Or to New Washington. I know Ruben likes the oysters, fresh oysters in New Washington. In the U.S., they have a dog parvo vaccine. You know what, Captain Ron? I need to check on that. Next time I go see the vet, I'll ask him about the parvo vaccine. Maybe it's part of all because the dogs here, they have like a 6-in-1, 8-in-1. Maybe it's in there. It's just that a lot of dogs here, unfortunately, Captain Ron, there's so many stray dogs here. That's why, stray dogs never get any shots. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you go here in the Philippines, man. I think the only place where they don't have stray dogs is maybe BGC, but anywhere you go in the Philippines, there's just so many stray dogs. That's why, man, if you're a dog lover, man, it's painful here if you're a dog lover because so many like stray dogs, scruffy looking dogs. It's hard to look at sometimes, but you almost kind of get like numb to it, because like me, I've been living here 15 years. I try like we always try to keep like dog food in the car. That way, when we see somebody, a dog that's a stray, looks kind of stray, at least you can feed them. But it's just hard if you're a dog lover here because so many stray dogs here. Belus. Chonghua. Yeah, Chonghua. My friend, I recommended my friend because when she vacationed, her mom got sick and they're TRICARE. And I did my research, try to help them out. And Chonghua is a TRICARE facility, a certified, TRICARE certified facility. Medical Cebu City. What would actually recommend this establishment? The new building, get a new technology, etc. Awesome dogs. Oh yeah, thank you. I've never been to Chonghua, but my friend's mother had a good experience there. I know they're on the TRICARE list, so if I'm ever in Cebu City, that would be my choice of hospital. Asia Pacific Medical Center, like here in Kalibo, I highly recommend it. It's like I said, I'm 27 years working in hospitals. All this new equipment are there, MRI machines, you name it, man. They neonatal ICU, not just for adults but for babies. I mean, state of the art. You can tell they invested a lot of money at Asia Pacific Medical Center because you can actually buy shares. The way it works, I think you can just go to their business office. If you want to buy shares into the hospital, they give you discount. So you can own a share of the building, I guess, of the operation Asia Pacific. But also, if you get admitted there, you get a special rate at the hospital. Good AM, Ruben from Fortune. Ruben, many of us locals in Hawaii are multi-ethnic, many of whom have strong ties with Filipino heritage. Hawaii the best. Yeah, Ruben would know, man. Ruben, Ruben was born here in the Philippines but left for Hawaii like when he was like 5 years old. And then he didn't come back to the Philippines till 60 years later. And imagine that. Ruben didn't come back to the Philippines till 60 years later. And now he lives here. Now he lives in Kalibo, man. How amazing is that, man? Many good hospitals in Cebu. Lots of foreigners going there to study medicine. Yeah, right. Cebu City and Iloilo City is like here in Visayas region. A lot of doctors, nursing, a lot of people go there to study. Foreigners like from India, from Africa, from, you name it, from European countries. They come here to the Philippines to study medicine, to study nursing and become a doctor, so... The Philippines is not only producing nurses, they're also producing doctors, foreigners coming here to the Philippines to become doctors here. Really enjoyed this live stream. Hard to believe that we were in Boracay. I know, Lawrence, that we were in Boracay, man. We got lucky, Lawrence, when we were in Boracay the past weekend. Awesome weather, and now awesome weather. I think from now on until at least June, it'll be nice weather in Boracay. I think I've talked everything about the hospital. The last thing is like the prescription. If you do get prescription medicine, the way it works at the hospitals, one of the things you'll notice here in the province anyway, either in Panay Hospital, even at Asia Pacific Medical Center, if you get seen here, they don't carry a big inventory of prescription medicine. So if your doctor prescribes you medication, a lot of times they won't have it. Like when I had the ear infection, I had to take like Cipro, for 14 days. I took Cipro, and I got a little bit of this medicine left. I didn't finish it all. This was like for pain medication. Let me see here. Yeah, this is like this 400 milligrams. It was like I only was supposed to take this for pain, and I did have pain for my ears. That's why I had to take it, but I didn't finish it all because the pain went away. But they didn't carry it. They didn't carry it at the hospital. Many of your medication, if you go to Panay Hospital or Asia Pacific, they don't carry the medication. So most medication here in the province, anyway, I don't know if it's different in Manila for Fortune, but here, most of medicine, you have to go to Mercury Drug. Mercury Drug is like the franchise, a big franchise of pharmacy here in the Philippines. And that applies also not for just outpatient care, that also applies for inpatient. Like if you get admitted to the hospital, this is almost like hard to believe. Like, right, where I worked in the US for 27 years, it's hard to believe that if you get admitted to the hospital and the doctor prescribes some medicine, that the hospital doesn't carry that medicine. That's unheard of in my career in the medical field. Here in the Philippines, that is common. Where you get admitted to the hospital, you get admitted to Panay Hospital, or you get admitted to Asia Pacific Medical Center. Of course, when you get admitted, they're treating you for something. They prescribe a lot of like medications for you, right? When you're in the hospital, you're like drinking like 6-7 pills sometimes, or they're injecting in your IV like medication. They're just like over medicating you while you're in the hospital. A lot of times the hospital won't carry the medicine you need. That's why here in the Philippines, you are required to have a watcher. It's called a watcher here. A person that will stay with you in your room, pretty much. Usually, like you'll have a bed here. There's usually like a small couch or a small bench with cushion, and that's where your watcher will stay. And the watcher is responsible to get your medicine. Like when I got admitted to Panay Hospital, a few years back, right after I had my chemo and radiation, I got dehydrated. I got admitted to Panay Hospital. They still had to get my medicine at Mercury Drug. So I couldn't get it. I'm like IV. I'm like barely like moving, right? I couldn't get my medicine. So Dazzle was the one had the prescription. She had to go outside the hospital and get my medicine. So just to know, because that's a different dynamic. That dynamic doesn't happen to hospitals in the U.S. Pretty much in the hospital in the U.S., once you get admitted there, they take good care of you. You can be by yourself at the hospital in the U.S. and they'll still take care of you. You don't need anybody. You don't need like a watcher in the U.S. And just to mention, like over-the-counter prescription, like your what's that? Pepto-Bismol, your NyQuil, your ibuprofen. A lot of times here in the Philippines, they won't have the brand that you're used to, but a lot of times they have generic brands here. So if there's a over-the-counter like Claritin or Benadryl that you're used to taking in the U.S., I would bring that. Make sure the expiration, of course, are good for at least a couple of years. Bring the medication, over-the-counter stuff, because you might have a hard time finding them here. Even as simple as like antacid. Antacid is not common here. I don't see it. I see it once in a while at Mercury or Watson, but it's not as common as in the U.S. In the U.S., antacid is one of those things like, you can find them anywhere, at CVS, Walgreens, Here, they're harder to find. So if you're taking those over-the-counter, not prescription meds, the brands that you like, I would do. But they do have generic brands here that they offer. And one thing I noticed now, maybe a few years back, you can get medicine here in the Philippines before, right? Without a prescription. You can get like a prescription medicine here without a prescription before. A lot stricter now, even here in the province. they've really cracked down on that, because a lot of pharmacies here, especially not the mercury drug, but the small pharmacies, they would sell prescription medicine to people without the prescription. But now, that's you hear less and less of that. It might still be happening, I don't know, but they've gotten stricter when it comes to that here in the Philippines. Lots of Ilocanos migrate to Hawaii. Yes, Ilocanos and Cebuanos, but Ilocanos for sure. That's why so many integration, like Ruben's Ilocano, man. Ruben's Ilocano. He was 5 when he moved to Hawaii, man. Ruben is from Vegan. That's why now Ruben's, he's becoming Filipino, man. Ruben's got a senior card because he was born in Vegan, man. Brian, hey Brian, I sent you, man. Check your email, man. You got your SIM card, man. You got your SIM card. I got your SIM card on this phone. So if you can even text message it. If you want to text message it, I'll tell you if I got it or not. If you want to text message the number. Need to take our boys to Greenbelt Makati. Play dates. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's good to hear, man. That's awesome, man. They're going to have fun. Your boys will have fun, man. That's good to hear, man. Ruben, looking forward to May as my 50th high school reunion. Woo, 50th. Wow. I'm a 1976 Pahoa high school grad. Hele on daggers. All right, man. That's going to be awesome, man. 50th high school. That's the thing here, too. I know in the U.S., I heard of high school reunions in the U.S., but here in the Philippines, man, they are big on elementary reunion, high school reunion, any type of reunion. It's a big deal. Any type of reunion here in the Philippines is a big deal. That's why during Ati-Atihan here in January, Kalibo is so busy because a lot of people have their reunions during Ati-Atihan. Thanks again for hooking me up. No worries, Brian. Happy to help, Brian. Good. Dazzle actually registered it, man, because she does that things for me, man. I'm terrible with registering and all that. Dazzle she does. She actually helped registering the phone, because you still have to register the SIM. You get the SIM card, but you have to register it. There's a registration thing that I'll let Dazzle do it, man. She's pretty good at registering. Good volleyball movie, Fortune, is The Miracle Season, based on a true story. Ooh, I haven't seen that movie, man. I might have to, let me take a picture of that, man. Let me take a picture of that, because, I'm all about Netflix, man. Right now, I'm watching The Night Agent, man. I'm digging the new Night Agent. Let me see here, camera. This is a really old phone here, so I'm not really good at oh, there it is, camera. All right. Free on Pluto TV. This season was supposed to finish in December. We had 2 players and our head coach. Oh, okay. They were on the Philippine team. All right. I see, man. That's pretty cool, Fortune. Then resume January to February. Okay, thanks, Captain Ron. Stories from the sky. Gino, what is the best hospital in the Philippines? Would you recommend? Fortune would know this more than me, because the best hospitals here in the Philippines, I would say, would be in Manila, where Fortune is. St. Luke's, always been one of the top-rated hospitals in Southeast Asia. St. Luke's and Makati Medical. I know those two names oh yeah, definitely. I've had a colonoscopy here in the Philippines. It's no different than a colonoscopy in the U.S. people always underestimate, fortunately, like the medical care here. A lot of the doctors here in the Philippines, they're certified in the US. A lot of them travel, some of them are educated in America. So it's not like, it's not like they're so behind here. Maybe in the provinces, yes, I have to agree. Some of the, if you live in the remote provinces, but if you live in Manila, Cebu City, Iloilo City, you're gonna get the same medical care that you're getting in the United States. I had my treatments here in Iloilo City, man. I had 33 radiation treatments, 12 chemo treatments in Iloilo City, man, and I'm still alive. And I'm still alive, so... Fortune, wow, 50th, Ruben. That would be great to see your old gang. I know, right? Lowell, morning, Fortune. God bless, God bless, God bless, Lowell. Ruben, had my first visit to a clinic here in Calibo. Had many choices, but followed the advice from my manong. Yeah, my manong friend. Ruben, and Ruben, he hangs out at Dunkin' Donuts. When Ruben says manong, these are like the Filipino locals in Calibo that are retired. These are like retired engineer, retired politician. It's like Ruben's hanging out with the OGs, man, with the OGs here in Calibo. Follow the advice from the manong, who directed me to St. Gabriel. St. Gabriel Hospital is another hospital. I don't go to St. Gabriel because they are not TRICARE. They're not TRICARE certified or preferred. So I don't get reimbursed. That's the only reason I don't go to St. Gabriel. But could have easily gone to Asia Pacific. MMG is another one. MMG is like a medical, I don't know what it's abbreviated, but it's another set of clinics here in Calibo. So there's many options for medical care here in Calibo. That's why when people come here, like Ruben, JP, Edgar, when they're here, I feel comfortable that at least if they need medical care, they're getting good medical care here in Calibo. Many medical doctors to choose from as well. Like Gino said, you can be assigned an appointment time, but as I've learned from others like Gino, accept the fact that you will be seen long after. And that's what it's all about, Maybe the first couple of times that it happens to you, you're going to get frustrated because it's something that you're not used to, right? You're not used to like sitting for hours just waiting. That doesn't happen in the US because in the US, your time is valuable, right? You don't want to like waste 2-3 hours just sitting in a lobby. But here in the Philippines, that's just the way it is. And a lot of times, the longer that you stay here in the Philippines, you get used to that. You learn to accept things here. Things work in a slower pace here in the Philippines. It's not like in the US where everything's go, go, go. My time is so precious. I can't afford to like lose time in this clinic. I can't sit here. Here in the Philippines, most of us are retired anyway, right? It's like, where are you gonna go? We're retired anyway. We got the time. We got the time to like just like chill. Catch up on your phone. Me, I bring my laptop. I catch up on videos. I edit videos. Dazzle's with me. Sometimes we'll just watch Netflix. We'll be in the lobby with the laptop and we're watching Netflix while we're waiting. That's just how it is. They have like food, bring food. You can bring food, make yourself comfortable because if you're in a rush in the Philippines, anywhere you go in the Philippines, any hospital, banks, anything you do here and you're in a rush, it will just stress you. It's best to start living the island time, start adjusting to how everything here in the Philippines moves at a slower pace. The Colonel, good morning, Colonel, Gino, and all sports fans. Hey, good to see you, Colonel. Ruben, for prescriptions, use mercury drugs as they are known to be lower cost. Oh, that's right, because like, for Ruben, because Ruben is he was born in the Philippines. Ruben was born in Vigan, so he was able to get the senior card here. Even though he lived most of his life in Hawaii and San Diego, he's still considered a Filipino because he's got a birth certificate here. he got the senior card here, so he gets a senior discount on medication. You get a senior. Me, I get a discount because I'm PWD. I'm person with disability, so I get a 20%. Ruben gets a 20% discount on medication here. And this year, on my birthday this year, I get my senior card also. I'll turn 60 this year. Hey, Colonel Jokanu. Is your new nickname Sports? Sports? Nope, nope. LOL. Colonel says LOL. St. Luke's, Makati Med, Asian, PGH. See, Fortune knows a longer list. You know, it's like, you know, for me, I know, I say St. Luke's and I say Makati Medical because they're both TRICARE preferred. You know, for me, I always, TRICARE is like my medical insurance, like I said, in the US. They check these hospitals. Before a hospital gets to become a certified TRICARE facility or a preferred TRICARE facility, TRICARE already investigates how good they are. So to me, when I go to the website and check for, like let's say you name a province for me. If you go, let's say you go to Davao or you go to Dumaguete, I can go on the TRICARE website and say, find me the TRICARE in this area, and it'll show a list of like what hospitals are TRICARE. So I know that TRICARE, my TRICARE insurance have already verified those hospitals. So to me, they're good, right? At least somebody checked. Where, you know, you don't just make it to the list of TRICARE medical facilities. So to me, that is important. That's why I said St. Luke's and Makati Medical, because they're already on the TRICARE list. I think Asian Hospital, I think they're also on the TRICARE list. I have to double check. But I know PGH isn't. I know Cardinal Santos isn't. Good AM, Colonel. Captain Ron. Colonel, how's the fishing cat? Oh, yeah, the fishing cat. The fishing cat. That was so funny. When we were fishing, the cat was following the Colonel. I thought the Colonel was going to take that cat home. No, no. The cat probably belonged to somebody in the farm. UST Hospital, also good. Yeah, I'm sure UST Hospital. UST here in the Philippines, in Manila, it's one of like one of the prestigious schools here when it comes to medical field. I have relatives that are now in the United States, nurses practicing medical technologists. They graduated from UST. UST, University of Santo Tomas. It's a university in Manila, by España. I used to pass it all the time. That's why I remember. I lived in Quezon City. I used to go to Intramuros in Manila, and España was my route. I used to pass UST on the way to school and then on the way home from school. That's why I remember. Good morning, Fortune, the Colonel. Fortune. And then there are specialty hospitals like Heart Center, Kidney. Yeah, same thing with me, Fortune. I did my chemo at Medical City, Iloilo, but there's also like Medicus Cancer Institute in Iloilo City, specializes in nuclear medicine, radiation treatment. That's where I had my 33 radiation treatments. Ron, haven't been up there lately. Oh yeah, the last time was our fishing trip on the video. It's been a week or so now. But I'm sure we'll go fishing again down the road. I'm sure this summer, you know, better weather. But actually, Loola's Fish Farm, there's days when it gets too hot in there, I think, anyway. Because when it's really like close to 100 degrees, I mean, there's still shade there where you can fish, but in the afternoon, man, it gets hot. It gets hot at the fish farm. Maybe have to go fishing early in the morning or towards sunset. That way it's not too hot. Colonel, any place there to go ocean fishing? I know people do it, Captain Ron. I know my friend, he's actually both hobby fisherman. He's also a commercial fisherman in Calibo. He's got a boat even. His name is John Sparrow. John Sparrow on Facebook. He wears he wears a pirate outfits. He's really cool, man. He's one of my cool friends here in Calibo. He actually works for the mayor. He works for the mayor of Calibo. He monitors the fishery, the fishing here in the Calibo area. So there are places if you want to go ocean fishing. Rod and reel is becoming more popular. I see more and more people fishing with rod and reel here. Hello, good. God bless. God bless. Hello, my friend in Angeles City, Pampanga. Fortune doctors make hospital rounds first to see their patients before doing the appointments. Yes, that's what. Now they may get delayed visiting the hospital patients. Yeah, it's like really the doctors here. That's what I just noticed. They work different from the U.S. because in the U.S. Doctors, they're pretty much on time. Like a 1 o'clock appointment, 1:15 appointment, maybe 15-minute slots you're slotted, and doctors are pretty efficient. Here, they can get sidetracked when they're like making their rounds, or sometimes they get called in to do surgery, emergency surgery. So their clinic might start at, my ENT doctor. His clinic might start at 11, but he gets called in to like emergency surgery. He'll do surgery. I mean, because my ENT doc's also a surgeon. It's like amazing, right? So he could be in surgery from 11 to 1. That's why he wasn't there. So things like that happen here. That's why lots of delays. Expect long waits to me. That's the main thing. It's like, don't expect like if your appointment's at 1 or 2, it's like when the doctor expected to be there, don't expect the doctor to be there on time. Less stress on you if you think that way. Captain Ron missed ocean fishing in Texas, but got too expensive. Yeah. Ruben, my graduation class was made up of 30, so I'm hoping 20 of us will show up. Unfortunately, we have lost several, including my best friend since, but it will be great to see. Yeah, it'll be great to whoever shows up, right? It'll be great to see them, man. Many places, Captain Ron. It's a country of islands, yeah. That's awesome, Ruben. Hope all those alive make it to the reunion. Me, I'm very close to my high school classmates. We always have an annual Christmas party. Then every 5th anniversary, we have a big one. 2029 will be our 40th. Now, every time there's a balikbayan classmate, we set a get-together. If it's a lady, just dinner. If it's a man, then drinks until midnight. yeah. If it's a lady, that's funny. If it's the guys, there can be drinking involved. There can be drinking. The balikbayan, what the Fortune's mentioning, it's like classmates of his that went to another country, and when they come back, it's a big deal. When you leave the Philippines and you left classmates here, high school classmates, college classmates, when you come back to the Philippines as a balikbayan, they want to hey, how was it in England? How was it in Canada? How was it in the United States? They want to hear you. They want to hear your story. To Filipinos, a lot of times, when you go abroad, when you end up working and living abroad, it's just a success story. It's just because you've most of the time when you're able to like graduate here in the Philippines, go abroad, you make more money there. People just view it when you come back that was a success story, because not everybody gets a chance to go abroad. Be safe. God bless. Salute to all. All right. Thank you, Baluz, for hanging in there with the chat. Appreciate you, my brother. One of the things that indicated that the Philippines is in my future is that I am still close with my high school friends and hardly remember any of my U.S. friends. Yeah, that's I know what you mean there. I know what you mean there, Vaughn, because Filipinos just are I think more connected. Even not just family, just even friends, high school classmates, college classmates. In the U.S., you just have a tendency of like everybody does their own thing. When I can't remember a high school classmate now. I don't think I have a high school friend that in Long Beach, Wilson High that at least friends on Facebook. It's like everybody just like after we graduated high school, everybody just kind of scattered. They didn't have Facebook back in 1983, and we just lost connection. It's like. And I haven't even heard of like our reunion. It's like, but I only went there for 4 years, 4 years of high school at Long Beach, Wilson. So, and I was still adjusting to life in the U.S. It's like, I didn't have many friends. I didn't have many friends in high school because the high school I went to is mostly, Americans. And I wasn't a citizen. I was more friends with like Vietnamese and Cambodians at Long Beach because I guess because I was kind of grouped with Asians and I was still learning English. I was still adjusting to life in the U.S. Thank you, Balus. Max is my go-to get-together friend. Oh yeah, Max. Max is a restaurant here. Good fried chicken. Good fried chicken. Fortune, right, Vaughn? I'm sure when they will find out you're back, yeah, they want to host. Yeah, they want to host you. They want to see you, want to go out with you for sure. Hey, Mom Janet, in his service. Mom Janet, hello, Mom Janet. Good to see you. Good to see you on the live stream. Right on, Fortune. For my high school boys, our places are depending on where the Balikbayan classmate stays. If BGC, we go to Scouts Honor in Uptown Mall. If in Manila, we go to Ernesto's. Man, I don't know any of those places, man. I've never heard. I don't go to Manila. I don't go to Manila, Fortune. Maybe now because my friend Lawrence, he's like, I do want to see Lawrence and his family. So we'll start planning. We'll start planning on something to go to Manila to see them. Good AM, Mom Janet. That's outstanding, Fortune. I got to go. All right, Vaughn. Thank you for stopping by, Vaughn. Appreciate you, my brother. Great news. Heart connection, excellent. Running fine. All right. Awesome, Mom Janet. Glad you worked through the medical issues. Good to hear. Good to hear. Great chatting with everyone. Remain blessed. Thank you, Vaughn. Benign, mild leak right side. Good to hear, Mom Janet. I'm glad everything health-wise. For me too, I just got over like an ear infection, but right now I do not have any issues. I'm thankful, But now I'm gonna be super careful now. I'm gonna be like maybe even double mask, I know I really understand that I'm immunocompromised and I just can't afford to like catch any illness, even a simple cold. I know I have to be very careful now about like being around people. These are relatively new places. Oh, that's why I've never heard of them. If you said aristocrat, man, I know aristocrat. If you say that, man, I know that, Fortune, but I don't know this. All right, let me see if I have more news here, more news item. I did want to mention this. I did want to mention update on the bridge. The bridge from mainland Aklan to Boracay. This is an update on the bridge. Basically, it's a big project. The bridge from Katiklan to Boracay Island, 7.95 billion pesos. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but big project. It's a big bridge. Aklan, the province of Aklan, they blocked it. They blocked the project. over environmental